Okay, let me put these down. I'll help you get the rest of the groceries. Oh, it's locked. You know what? I really wish someone would make an RV lock that's touchscreen or a touchpad or keyless for these older Class A's. Make our life so much easier. But guess what? We found one. We're going to install it, so stay tuned after our intro, and we'll get right to it.
Hi there. Welcome to our channel, Pokin's Adventure. Join me and my wife Debbie, along with our 3 children, Brandon, Shannon, and Dylan, as we talk about our family adventures, provide some tips and hacks that we've learned along the way. If you like what you see, please remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment. We would definitely appreciate your feedback. Thank you for watching.
Welcome back. Guess what? We get to join the rest of the RV community by replacing our RV lock on this Class A with a keyless entry. Now this has already been replaced because unfortunately the audio on the first website, so it's not turned out, so I had to reshoot this. But we wanted this for a while. It was a challenge finding one for an older Class A. We had to have a 2008 Winnebago sites here, and seen all those videos online on YouTube. People come up there punching codes in to be able to get in. Why can't we be part of that? And guess what? We are now. By the way, we are not sponsored by RVLock. We actually purchased it with our own money simply because we wanted to join the rest of the community to be able to have the ability to punch a code in or use a key fob to be able to get into the unit. Especially for us, we enjoy going to the hot tub, going to the pool, taking the keys with us. Say we get split up, one person has a key, the other person has a key, run back to the rig, and you can't get in. Having this really going to make a difference moving forward. Now we get to camp next weekend, so we get a chance to actually try this while we're RVing. But I got it installed today, and we are good to go. Well, tell you what, this sure is a fancy box. It has a magnetic closure on it. Let's see what's inside. Here. Let's turn the camera around. See what's inside this box. This is the Atlas one, the original keyless solution. As you know, a lot of challenge here all through YouTube and the community is most of these RVs are cheap alike. Especially dealers like to do that. That way, salespeople can just carry a certain amount of keys with them on the lot and show multiple units. And upgrading security is another reason for putting one of these in, other than just the idea of having a keyless entry. So security is one thing, you need cheat codes, etc. Details aside, the instructions, our user manual, how to use it. No keys, no problem. Look at that. Accessories, I think these are the key fobs. See what we got inside here. Yep, 2 key fobs, 2 hard keys. Let's look at an adjustment tool for the nut, for the adjustment nut. This is a USB-A to Type-C to charge the unit. And here's the bad boy right here, RV key lock. Now it's very important that if you do have an older Class A, that if you don't have this adjustment nut, this will not work. You need to be able to have the adjustment nut. And what you do is you can take a look at your unit. I'll take a picture right here, or I'll show you on the video what you're looking for. There's usually a cap you need to remove. That'll be right there to take out. And that's all that's in the box. Okay, as I mentioned before, I'm not going to do a full install video. There's so many videos out there online on YouTube on how to install these RV locks from RVLock.com. So I'm going to do the basics. You can see that, but really simple. These are easy to install. There's a QR code. You're going to scan this, give you the installation instructions, and you'll be good to go. I'll tell you one thing, the packaging is very nice, and they did a very good job of setting this up. So let's get this bad boy in the rig. So as I mentioned before, when you're looking at these Class A rigs, you want to know if this is going to work or not. One is go to the website and see if your rig is listed. They do have a comprehensive list of types, etc. Measurements. What you're looking for is the distance between here and here. Let's be over 2.5 inches. And you're looking for this cap right here. This cap is where the adjustment nut is. If you do not have an adjustment nut right here, this Atlas lock will not work on your Class A rig or a rig that uses this type of locking mechanism. And here's another reason why we're considering, or not really considering, reason why we were replacing this lock. This is old. Look at this. much plays in this. We are worried about getting locked inside the rig. We've had that happen to a couple of our friends where the handle came off and they couldn't get out of the rig. Now, luckily, I do have a toolkit inside there to remove these Torx bits. So I could take this apart if we were locked inside and be able to open it manually. But a lot of people don't keep their tools inside the rig and stuff. And next thing you know, you're climbing out a window. I don't think you want to do that. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is remove this adjustment nut. Now, I did notice in the previous videos, they have a very nice screwdriver they give you, but now they give you this. It'll work just fine. It's the right size, right depth. Because sometimes a regular nut driver might not fit because it's kind of deep inside there, so you're going to need a deep well. This qualifies that. You got a pin go through here to help you turn it. So let's get this nut out. And this is a lock nut, so it does have some tension on it. And you just hope it doesn't fall down inside the door, right? There we go, we're out. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this plate off. It's a T20 Torx bit. So let's get the bottoms out first. They do suggest in their video, installation video, do not use a power drill, nut driver, etc. Do this manually. You do not want to over tighten this or strip it. Also, you pull this little red thing off here. There we go. And let's pull this back plate off. Ooh, a little dirty in there. So that's pretty dirty. This side, this side. Let's get this cleaned up. Now getting this out, the old one, I hope you can see right here. See how this is wallowed out? This rig is 15 years old, almost 16 years old, and we put close to 90,000 miles on it. So it's been used a lot. And you can see this is starting to wear out. So it is the right time to replace this. Get this ready. You take these 3 screws out, get this red cap off, and we're going to plug it in, or plug the connectors together and see if it works. You don't get it all together and get it installed and it's not ready to go. We are apart. Now, one thing you notice here, the keyless touchpad and the remote access for this only works the deadbolt. It does not control this lock down here, which a lot of times is your main lock you use on a standard RV. This only controls the deadbolt, so this is going in and out. So this is your main locking part. Let's get this plugged together. We have music. Welcome to RVLock. Now let's see here. Look at that. It works. And we are good to go. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed. Now, one thing I would like to check on these, I noticed, watch a couple of the videos, to make sure this gasket is seated correctly. This is on the main lock right here. That is seated correctly, and we're good to go. So you don't want any water intruding into your RV lock. Okay, it really depends what type of Class A door lock you have. Whether you have remote access, in other words, switch on the dash that unlocks all your doors. We do not have, of course, on this Winnebago. So those you would install the inside panel first. For this one, you're going to install the outside first. So let's make sure this is going to fit correctly. Get that lined up through there. Ooh, that looks sharp, doesn't it? It might be better if we had 2 people doing this, but I'm gonna try to do this myself. A couple of things that I did not mention earlier in the video that's very important. Number one is that you have one of the windows open, whether it be I have the front slider open or your emergency exit in case you lock yourself out of the RV and handle does not work. It's very important that you have a way to get in and out as you're working and adjusting this particular RV lock. Second part is, while you're working on this, I forgot to do this earlier, you need to push up this DOT latch. Nice stuff's in the up position so you don't accidentally close the door. Wind catches it, closes it, and you can't get in or out. So I'm gonna go ahead and push this up. There we go. Now the inside handle part, this is where your learning button is, your charge port, etc., your handle. We gotta get this adjustment nut off and thread it through. So use your tools. We'll get this nut off and let's get this thing in there. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect the connectors. Get lined up tab to tab. Oh, music again. Look at that. What we do is we gotta get this adjustment screw in. Okay, you got it through. There's a tab inside here. Make sure that goes through that hole, your adjustment nut. And this is looking good. Next thing we do is try to get all these wires crimped up inside here where they're not binding anything. And also make sure you're not blocking your screw holes that holds everything together, because you don't want to put one of these screws right through a wire and short it out. There we go. That's good to go. That's good to go right there. Get these lined up. Looks good right there. Okay, I got this part in. I had to go get help. Nice stuff. I didn't want to be on video, so it's just me. I was going to get one of the clamps and stuff, but it wasn't quite long enough to reach and stuff. And I want to go out to the barn and get the other one, so I got help. I recommend 2 people work together. If you don't have a clamp to hold this together, to get all your screws lined up and put in, because you don't want this twisted, etc., get somebody to help you hold one side as you put this plate on, and you'll be good to go. Now, it's very important before you start tightening these screws up is to make sure everything's lined up correctly. Looks square. Nothing seems to be binding. This is in the right place towards the center. Your adjustment bolt is in the right place. And then you can tighten these 3 screws on the back. Again, as it says on the instructions, do not use a power drill. It's so easy to use a screw gun to try to do this. Do this manually. You do not want to over tighten this and bind everything up. So I'm using a manual screwdriver, and I recommend you do the same thing. That looks good. That looks good. Let's get the adjustment nut on. Okay, let's get this on. Now this is going to be by feel, where it unlocks that DOT thing. Oh, can't forget the little red thing too. Let's get this on here. So let me go ahead, push this close. Check the outside one. That's good. Just close. Inside works. I think we're good to go. The goal is when you're adjusting this is get to the point where it's not tightened all the way down. First thing you check is the outside. Make sure it unlocks this. So push up your DOT lock in the lock position like this. Okay, pull this, make sure it unlocks. Push up again till it locks. And if you turn this handle, for example, and it doesn't unlock, you need to tighten down some more. Right now I have it set perfectly where both are working flawlessly. So that's what we're looking for. Final part is getting the cap back on. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put this adjustment tool in our junk drawer in the RV on the inside, so I know where it is and can find it instead of putting it in my toolbox outside, which I have to dig through a bunch of different parts there. That'll never go well. Again, I do not have this closed yet. I want to make sure everything works before I actually close the door. And let me put this DOT lock back on, just in case this gets pushed shut. Let's just make sure this works correctly. Bolt came out, good. Bolt went back in. Good stuff. Now the great thing about this RVLock is you can set the code to whatever is important to you or your code. I'm not going to show what our code is, but I'm going to show how easy to put a new code in. You go push the reset button so you hear the message.
Enter new code, then press lock.
It says enter new code and then press lock.
Enter new code, then press lock.
Ask us to do it twice.
Accepted.
If you heard that, new code accepted. Let's try it. We're good to go. One of the amazing features of this RVLock are the key fobs, remote access. Instead of actually punching the code in, have this on your keychain, push the lock unlock button, you're ready to go. And they're extremely easy to program. I always use a probe. You can push the learn button. See if I can hear the message back here. I'm going to push the learn button.
Connect your remote.
Connect your remote. I'm going to press the first lock button.
Remote connected.
If you heard that, remote connected. Let's give it a try. Locked. Unlocked. Here, might as well do both at the same time. He said it comes with 2 remotes. Push the learn button.
Connect your remote.
Did you hear that? Connect your remote. I'll push the number 1 button.
Remote connected.
Remote connected. I don't know if you heard that. Check this one. Lock. Unlock. Love it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Well, we sure hope you enjoyed this video. We're Boca's Adventure. Like I said, we're new to content creation. We were not sponsored by RVLock for this. If you want to sponsor us, RVLock, we'll take it. With that said, we purchased this on our own, make our life easier. Finally have one for our Class A. It's the 2008 Winnebago Sightseer. And so far, we are thoroughly impressed by this. So if you like what you saw, please give us a thumbs up and a like. And subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow. And if you have any feedback for us, please put that in the comments below as we continue to learn how to basically create content, hopefully be entertaining, right? Gotta try to do some of that too. So any comments, please leave them below. It'll definitely help us grow as a channel. Finally, if you're interested in one of these things, you go to RVLock.com. I'll also put a link in the description below if you want to order one. Like I said, we were not sponsored by them, but we like it so far. And we're going camping next week, so we're going to give it a try and put it to the use. Again, take care, and we hope to see you out on the road.